What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and today we're doing an unboxing and review of the Air Warriors Ultra-Tek Reaper. So it took me a little bit to pick this thing up. I like the blaster a lot. I just chose to spend my money on other things, I guess. But nevertheless, this is a pretty cool blaster. It is very similar internally to a Sentinel, which is got like a cult following, and everybody loves that blaster. It's a good blaster, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I think people get a little carried away with it. Nevertheless, this is about the Reaper. So the Reaper is very similar to like the Recon Mark II or the Retaliator because it has a top style prime, it's mag fed, and it's pistol size. So this is probably a little bit bigger than that, but very interesting, and it's got some cool design. It's very colorful, obviously. Maybe too colorful in my opinion, but it's also got that confetti decal embossed stuff like the Destiny had, and the Cyclonic, I think was the other one. I've reviewed both of those blasters earlier this year. But the Reaper was literally $5 at Walmart, so it might still be when you watch this video, I don't know, but it retails for like $9 or $10, so it's a really good price for this blaster. I mean, we'll see how good it is, but that's a pretty darn good price. It's hard to beat that. Back of the box just basically shows you how the blaster functions. Nothing super special, and yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box. So I'm just going to tear it out right here, just be quick about it. Alright, so I loaded up the magazine or clip with 8 darts it comes with. It comes with the Busby sticky darts, suction cup darts, and it loads just like a Retaliator. Go ahead. So you're ready to fire right away, but you basically, to load the blaster, you're going to pull back on the priming handle. There's the mag release is kind of strange down here, but that's where it is, and you have to pull out the magazine, and then you can put the magazine back in and then close the breech. Just like that, and then you're ready to fire. So the blaster has a pretty comfortable handle. It's pretty big, and it's pretty cool how this fake magwell thing here swoops down around. It's a very interesting looking blaster. I definitely would say that. I mean, I'm not sure I love the look of it, but it's definitely interesting. So I don't know if I really care for where the magazine release is. It's a little bit below, like, it's weird. Just, I don't know how you would do that. I mean, I guess, so if I wanted to pull it out, I'd have to, I don't know, it's just, it's a little awkward. I think it would work better actually with a longer magazine, so you can actually hit that. Well, now it gravity dropped. Well, let's see if it does that every time. Yeah. So I guess with the gravity drop there, that's actually pretty cool, which is a little bit better. But it is a little awkwardly placed in my opinion, and it's probably not my favorite. But other than that, I think the blaster is pretty neat. So this is a Recon Mark II, and they're I mean, I guess they're comparable in size with this part that sticks off that you can put a stock on, but obviously you can't put any stocks or anything on the Busby blaster. I mean, they just don't work like that. But size-wise, it's maybe a tad bit bigger, but not too bad. It just seems bigger, I guess. But I do like how much bigger this priming handle is, because that's a lot easier to prime than like a Retaliator or a Recon, where it's a lot smaller. So you have a lot of area there to grab a hold of. It's very easy to grab a hold of. Pretty sweet. It actually has a sling point here. I don't think I would sling it while I'm using the blaster, since this is the priming handle. But it is something you can do and, you know, have on your person while you're running around or whatever, and then you can unsling it and then you use it, you know. And let's go ahead and fire off a few shots and see what it can do. That's got some power, guys. Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Seems like it has some good punch to it. It's very interesting because it actually has like no barrel. Like, there is no barrel there. It's just dart, tooth, and fire. There's nothing else there to, you know, just get in its way or to, you know, mess up the dart's trajectory or FPS or range or whatever, which is really good. I like that about it. So yeah, this is a pretty good blaster. I mean, for $5, I would say absolutely. And this should take Nerf magazines. Let's go ahead and throw a Nerf magazine in there and see how that works. So put a Nerf magazine in there, works fine. It's a little weird because of the way it sits in there, but it does work. And let's go ahead and see how well it fires. That's an Elite dart, so it seems to work just fine. So no issues there. Pretty cool. And I like that size better because you can pull it out very easily. So prefer the actually 12-round Nerf mag to the 8-round magazine. But if you put a 20-round Busby magazine in here, I think you'd be ready to go. But yeah, I think this is a pretty sweet blaster. Let's go ahead and take it outside and put it on the range over the chronograph and see what we can get. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put some shots of the chronograph. Start with the 8 Busby darts it comes with, and then we got, let's see, 4 honeycomb darts, 2 Koosh, and then 6 Elite darts. So that's what we'll go with. Here we go. 77. 78. 66. 76. 75. Duplicate, 75. 78. 75. That's it. Pretty good there. High 70s, not bad at all. Better than most Elite blasters, so that's pretty impressive. Go ahead and move on to the other darts. 67. 63. 67. 68. Those are a little heavier darts, the honeycomb darts, but still pretty decent FPS out of them. Move on to a couple Koosh here. 72. 77. Duplicate 77 with the Elite dart there now. 78. 76. 80. 77. 75. Is that it? Maybe one more. Nope, that's it. So upper 70s for sure. Pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and put it on the range. All right, let's see what this thing can do. We're going to start out the Busby darts, 8 level shots. That was impressive. All right, moving on to the Nerf magazine. It's in the exact same order as it was for the chronograph readings. 4 honeycomb, 2 Koosh, and then 6 Elites. That was a Koosh dart. That went forever far. Oh, that one a little bit shorter. Elite darts. Okay, what do we have here? So the honeycomb darts seem to be more accurate but not travel as far, which is similar to like the AccuStraight darts. Those only went about 37 to, let's see here, 137, 138, one a little past 39. I don't see the fourth one. Oh, the fourth one went way up here. Fourth honeycomb dart all the way up at 49 feet. So that was actually a good one. Interesting. Back here, first Busby was a little short of 43 with a Koosh dart there. Then an Elite at about 44 and a half. A couple more Busby here, just about 47 and a half feet for the Busby, and maybe just an inch or two short of that for that Elite dart. Most of the Busby darts I feel like are in this range, and the Elite darts I feel like were very similar. They're very spread out, but very similar. So I feel like the average is about 52 feet or so. There's a big bulk of them up here around 55, 56 feet. So somewhere between 50 and 56 feet I'd say is the average. And we got a couple that went really far. This one Koosh went over 62 feet and an Elite dart went all the way to 64. So that's pretty darn impressive for level shots. Okay guys, this thing is obviously awesome. I mean, those ranges, the compatibility with the magazines, you can use your Nerf magazines. I mean, this thing is just really cool. I think it's really easy to prime, even easier than a Retaliator. I love this big priming handle on top here. I think that's really cool. I'm not a huge fan of the multiple colors, but other than that, I think this thing is sweet. I think for $5, what it was, what I paid for it, or even $9 or $10, I think this is a definite buy. I think I'm going to go pick up a few for the club because these are going to make awesome loaners. You don't even have to mod them. They're going to be pretty darn competitive right out of the box. If you are not a modder, I think this is where to go. Get this. Try to find you some Busby magazines. They have 20 rounders that are pretty good and would work really well in this. They don't work so well sometimes in some Nerf blasters, but obviously they're going to work well in this. And I think you're set. I mean, that's a pretty cheap loadout and pretty good. So yeah, I think this is a definite buy. I would highly recommend everybody go to their Walmart right now and see if you can get one of these for $5. And wow, I'm impressed. I think I haven't been more impressed by a cheaper blaster ever. The only thing that kind of compares that was in this same price range is the Rebel Messenger. Obviously that's a pistol and not like a primary style blaster, but they're both probably two of my favorite right out of the box pistols. I mean, I can't think of a Nerf magazine fed blaster that's outperforming this one at the moment, stock anyways. Yeah, I think this is pretty darn good, guys. I'd go ahead and grab one of these as soon as you can before they put them back to $10 or you can't find them like the Sentinels. I mean, this is basically a Sentinel, but in my opinion, a more practical shell. Smaller, easier to prime. I'm not a big fan of lever action. I know people love that, but it's basically the exact same blaster in a smaller package and easier to prime, in my opinion. But you know, lever action has its place, I guess, but I think this is pretty sweet. So yeah, Air Warriors Ultra-Tek Reaper. I think it's a 10 out of 10, guys. Go ahead and go grab one of these right now. I'll try to find a link, a buy link, and I'll put it in the description if I can find one. I don't know if it'll be $5, but I'll try to find one if I can. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and peace.